What is going on, beautiful people? My name is Sean, and we are back with some more political reacts. Now, this is something a little bit different because no, this is not highlights of the best and tastiest moments from any stream. This is content specifically for you, YouTube. And while the content is going to be the same pretty much as the highlights from the stream, I am dedicating this type of video, no live stream, no comments, because I'm going to be honest, I love chatting with you guys in the chat, but when I'm reacting to you guys all the time, it's hard to get clips specifically for YouTube. So without further ado, let's see what's going on in the world of Vex. I've been doing a lot of the video game streaming over on Twitch, so if you're interested in that and interested in seeing me react to some of this stuff live, please feel free to go to my bio. I got the link there. Follow me. I'm trying to reach affiliate. It would mean the world. Big balls. If you guys remember the last political react video that I did, one of the young kids that was working on Doge with Elon, one of those engineers, the legacy media has just found out that he went by the name Big Balls online. Let's see what Anderson Cooper has to say about that.
For joining us. We begin tonight with Musk and Big Balls.
Big balls.
Big balls.
Big Balls, who work for Elon Musk's so-called Department of Government Efficiency, Doge.
In the one case of the Big Balls kid, a literal teenager.
Big balls online. Big balls here. That Katie's
The fact that they're being forced to cover this just makes all of my dreams come true. Let's continue.
talking about.
A 19-year-old that goes by the username Big Balls.
So that would be one way that we could refer to him.
Young computer whizzes, the aforementioned Big Balls.
Because who among us doesn't feel better about big balls in charge of American air traffic control?
This is the state of legacy media. This is top news, is Mr. Big Balls. Jesus. Now here's the thing, right? When it comes to the young kid with the crazy name, people are like, oh, do you really want somebody who used to go by the name Big Balls in charge of treasury documents? Dude, we all know that these kids are young. We all know that these kids are like meme engineers that work with Elon. Elon is the king of memes. We know this now. I mean, he changed his name to Kekius Maximus on X for like a week and changed his profile picture to a Pepe the Frog wearing Roman attire. This is gonna do nothing to skew Elon's perception of him or any of the people actually working on Doge, other than maybe possibly him giving him a raise. And at the end of the day, I mean, we all did dumb shit when we were kids. We all had dumb gamer tags and stuff like that. It doesn't matter what you made your name when you were 19. If you've got the intelligence to work through this stuff and to do the work that's assigned to you, it doesn't matter. Those are my 2 cents. I don't see why the legacy media has to cover this. I think it's hilarious that they do, though. All right, now back to our favorite topic, liberal white women. These guys love to advocate on behalf of minorities, which is great. You know, we want to make sure that everybody is accounted for, that everybody has somebody standing up for them, right? But they don't always go about it in the most unlaughable way. Let's take a look. Defiant L says this is the funniest shit he's seen all day.
Trust black women, they lead the way. Trust black women, they lead the way. White women, stop abandoning your sisters. Trust black women, they lead the way.
Is that the tune of The Saints Go Marching In? Or am I tripping? Because if it is, this is heresy.
Oh, we're mad as hell. Oh, can't you
I like the
tell?
ad-libs.
Oh, we're mad as hell. Can't you tell? We dissent, you fucking fascists. Oh, we're mad as hell. Can't you tell?
Okay, I think I mean, they don't really seem, oh, let's end that. You know, they don't really seem mad. They actually sound more musical. They sound more emphatic about the fact that they have a cause to back. Also, I couldn't help but notice that only one car really drove through. And so I don't think that this might be the most populous area to get their point across. On top of that, you can see that they're standing in front of a pride flag walkway, which leads me to believe that this area of town that they're in is probably more progressive. So most of the people that they're probably going to be singing to, if there's even any on the street, are going to be in favor of all of the stuff that they profess anyway. Shouldn't they be going to areas that maybe have like more MAGA signs up or something if they want to get their point across? I think that this is more of a virtue signaling moment than actually doing anything kind of productive with what they're hoping to do. Also, you know, it wasn't bad singing, but it was bad. Oh my gosh, guys. Okay. This is crazy. This is crazy. Breaking. An interview with Doge and a government worker has been leaked. I know this guy. This is Howard. He went to MIT. Let's take a look.
No, about my job. I want you to tell me I'm good at what I do.
You're obviously good at what you do.
Then why are you always ripping on me?
Ah, I understand the confusion. Now, I have never said that you are not good at what you do. It's just that what you do is not worth doing.
Right. Yeah. I'm not going to play any more of this clip at risk of getting it taken down for copyright. But I think that that's the point, right? I mean, like we can take USAID, for example. I covered that in my previous react. USAID, I am sure, I haven't gone through all the logs because they straight up took down the website. Look, I'll go to it right now. USAID.gov. It doesn't, wait, is it back up? Hold on. We got a white screen. Say hello to Dante. I'll give this a refresh. Hold on. Yeah, this site is still down. It looks like they owned the domain still, but there's nothing on here. They took down the USAID website. My point is, I think that there's probably some good stuff that USAID did. However, when you look through all of the bad stuff they found, and when I say bad, I don't mean like evil. Well, maybe. No, what I mean is more like useless. Like there was funding for like transgender musicals in Brazil and like random stuff that has no impact on anybody and it's just a complete waste of money. It's not that they're bad at doing what they're putting their funding towards. It's just that they shouldn't be putting their funding towards it in the first place. And so Doge says, slash it. This is not efficiency at its finest. And I am with it every step of the way. Okay, what is this? This is about FEMA. Trump was talking about possibly slashing FEMA and putting something else in place. I remember him talking about that because FEMA often has issues working with the state. Like FEMA can get the funding that's needed, but then coordinating with the state to actually distribute all of the materials and stuff is just apparently a disaster. And this has primarily been an issue with the whole North Carolina issue with the hurricanes and the devastation that they're still living in. But Mr. Matt Van Swole here on X says, can someone please explain to me how Trump's FEMA just handled 80% of all Hurricane Helene victim cases in Western North Carolina in 5 days when Joe Biden couldn't do it in 4 months? What is happening? Let's take a look at this clip.
In the past 5 days, we've decreased the number of open cases by almost 80%. President Trump is ensuring that communities aren't forgotten, and he launched the first major initiative to connect farmers with recovery assistance as well.
Yeah, so that's it, right? It's that connection with the actual assistance. So it's my understanding that FEMA, it's not that they fail to get the assistance and get the resources that they needed to provide the assistance. It's that second step of actually distributing the materials, connecting with the state, getting everything where it needs to go. That was just a complete dumpster fire. So this is crazy. I mean, the clip doesn't go into any details of how this was actually done, but apparently Trump had put farmers in touch with what they needed to get a hold of these materials. Okay, this is the tried and true AOL.com. Trump disparaged FEMA in North Carolina. Here's what the agency did during Hurricane Helene. Okay, so this is what I was talking about. Trump said states should handle disaster response. Here's what FEMA said it did before the storm. Deployed at least 1,500 FEMA staff members in the southeast before the hurricane made landfall. Deanne Criswell, FEMA's top administrator at the time, told the Charlotte Observer in December 4th interview, just because you don't see anyone in a FEMA shirt walking in the streets the day after a disaster doesn't mean FEMA is not there. Well, it means that nobody's wearing their merch. So they say that FEMA had hospital assessment teams out within 24 hours of the storm's arrival to make sure no patients needed to be evacuated, according to Criswell. Provided hotel stays for about 13,000 displaced in Western North Carolina. 2,700 of those households are still checked into hotels. More than $316 million in cash grants, including $6.2 million in rental assistance. And then at the end here, it says Trump's latest comments come at a time of increased concern over climate change and more frequent severe weather events. Trump has already begun rolling back some regulations aimed at preventing climate shocks. So this is kind of what I was saying, right? I mean, like FEMA's not bad at getting stuff out there and providing support. As clearly we see here, they were able to provide a lot of help at the time of the disaster, but clearly we also know, we've heard firsthand from people in North Carolina, it wasn't enough. So I'm actually having some difficulty finding exactly what Trump did. A lot of the reason I think here is because most of these news outlets are reporting on how Trump just wants to cut FEMA, and that's bad because Mr. Orange Man is bad. But I can speak to a little bit about what I have heard, at least from what Trump has said and from my understanding of this. So in reference to, other than North Carolina, I can speak to California and the wildfires. We actually reacted to when Trump met with I think it was the mayor of Los Angeles and some officials over there, and to kind of talk through a plan for how to handle this crisis. And the main issue actually had to do with permits and cleaning up up debris, rubble, and getting the zone safe. So it's my understanding, again, I'm having some difficulty here finding exact resources, that when FEMA is providing assistance, the people that come in to remove the rubble, to clear out the zone, to get everything safe actually are FEMA approved, and there needs to be a permitting process behind getting these people the necessary legal authority to begin that process. And it's a long, lengthy, bureaucratic system of a lot of red tape. This results in a cleanup job that could be handled by, say, state people if they have the materials and the trucks and everything they need in a single day, to a long process of approvals and whatnot that can take months. And this is something that Trump really hammered down during that California thing. He said 7 days is too much. 48 hours is too much. People need to go back to their homes. People need to start living their lives again. Oh man. Okay, more of Jasmine Crockett. I don't know much about this girl. Or I should say honorable senator, I think. But I know that she was recently reapproved for a seat. She was voted back in. I don't know what she's saying. She gets really angry and she says a lot of things. So let's see what she's talking about today.
And an investigation, and prove us, show it to the American people that we don't have to be concerned that this incoming president has been paid off by the likes of people that don't like the American citizens that live in this country. Because last time I checked, he was palling around with Putin and he's loving on Xi Jinping.
So Bloomberg estimates Trump's net worth is around $7.08 billion to date. Is she making the claim that this man is being paid off? I don't think he needs the money. I immediately think of this clip from back in just before the 2016 election when he was going up here in the debates during the primaries, and he was getting booed off the stage, not off the stage, but he was being booed by the television crowd over his comments here. And he makes some great claims that I think really started to wake people up to why they might like Donald Trump.
A lot of times,
property from an elderly woman.
Let me talk. Quiet.
How tough
is it? A lot of times.
Trump's unfazed.
That's all of his donors and special interests out there.
Big boos again.
That's what it is. That's what. And by the way, let me just tell you, we needed tickets. You can't get them. You know who has the tickets for the? I'm talking about to the television audience.
Yep.
Donors, special interest, the people that are putting up the money.
And they instantly boo again.
The RNC told us we have all donors in the audience, and the reason they're not loving me, the reason they're not loving me is I don't want their money. I'm going to do the right thing for the American public. I don't want their money. I don't need their money. And I'm the only one up here that can say that.
And you know, he's right. He is the only one up there that can say that because he's loaded. All right. Now, did he make some shady business deals? Did he do some stuff? I don't know. Probably. But the point is, this man has been in the public eye his entire life. He's been overwhelmingly successful. We know he's got a buttload of money. I think the last thing that he needs is to be paid off. So now that we have that context, let's go back to Jasmine here and see what she has to say about his buddy with Putin and Xi Jinping.
Like, I don't know what you have to hide. Because we lying, according to y'all. We lying. So prove us to be liars. I will sit here and I will be the first one to say, I apologize. So let's go ahead and do it. Will you do that?
I find it rich that the other side of the aisle is suddenly concerned about corruption and ethics.
Yep.
Whenever President Biden just gave his son a 10-year blanket pardon.
Jesus. Yeah, no, this is such a good point. These guys were so worried that Trump was going to blanket pardon himself and the people closest to him, and they said that if you're providing a preemptive pardon, then that is essentially a signification of guilt. You're basically proving you're guilty by pardoning yourself, because otherwise, why the hell would you pardon? Well, newsflash, on the way out the door, Biden pardoned himself and his entire... Oh, no, he didn't pardon himself. He just pardoned his entire family. Democrat in a mask, you smell like shit. Me, you have a mask on, you're smelling your own breath. Let's take a look.
What's wrong?
You just smell so bad.
Yeah. Is that why you have the mask on?
I mean, it's definitely helping.
It's helping, right? So that might be your own breath that you're smelling.
Oh, that's a good
one. It's too easy, man. They throw him up. And this woman is wearing like a pride shirt. I don't know if she's doing that like to like blend in with the crowd or what, but dude, what is going on? I love it. Okay, this is something that I'm actually pretty passionate about. I really like this girl, Chloe Cole. She is a detransitioner. She was trying to transition when she was younger from female to male. It is what all of her kind of doctors put her on the path to. After her detransition, she now feels like she was lied to, that they didn't tell her about the long-term effects, that she was effectively just paraded down this path without knowing the long-term repercussions. She's been a large advocate for basically better information about this stuff and against the gender-affirming care movement. So she's been talking a lot, and she's been basically standing up for minors and trying to protect young kids. This is a 1-minute clip. Let's take a look and see what she has to say.
I wanted to ask you if you think the abundance of mental health issues in young people has anything to do with the uprise in transgenderism.
I wouldn't say that it's necessarily because of transgenderism. I would say that it's more so the other way around. I mean, you look at these individuals who are gender dysphoric or trans-identified, and they often have a history of different traumas and mental health issues. Many of them are somewhere on the autistic spectrum.
Pause. Here's a fact check on this, because I think this is a really good point. Usually when people are trans-identifying, there is also a large number of other medical conditions or issues that they have going on in their lives, whether that be depression or anxiety, or, as she mentioned, autism. So I just wanted to fact check that. It says that according to the Autism Research Center at the University of Cambridge, transgender and gender diverse adults in the UK are 3 to 6 times more likely to have autism than cisgender adults. So I think this is a really good point. A lot of the times, some of these kids who maybe are feeling discomfortable in their own body, discomfortable, I mean uncomfortable, and feel as though that the transgender path is the way for them. We can't just look at somebody like a young kid who maybe is gender dysphoric and wants to transition and say, oh, this is definitely the path for you, when they might have a flurry of other issues that haven't been looked at or attended to. Wow, this is actually shocking. So over the past decade, survey-based research with trans women has found a reported rates of physical abuse ranging from 39 to 47%, and sexual abuse rates ranging from 50 to 59%. The observed mental health correlates of such physical and sexual abuse among communities of trans women are pronounced. So yeah, this is yet another great point by Chloe, is that in addition to higher rates of autism, higher risk of depression, anxiety, a lot of these people are also suffering from past trauma due to sexual assault and the like. So it's like, it's not simply just you are gender dysphoric. There's a whole other flurry of issues that need to be looked at here, especially in young kids when hormones are high and confusion is rife. If you add sexual assault and trauma and all these other things into that same kind of mentality, it's like, no, we can't just usher these kids down a line of medications and stuff like that in hopes that that's going to fix them. We got to fix the actual problems here. Who is Karoline Leavitt? Keep in mind, she's only 27 years old. Here is a 1-minute and 39-second video. This young lady's future in politics looks bright. Let's take a look.
Who is Karoline Leavitt, Trump's new press secretary? Here's what we know. At just 27 years old, Karoline Leavitt is the youngest person to ever serve as the White House press secretary, taking on the role under President Donald Trump's second administration. Born on August 24, 1997, in Atkinson, New Hampshire, Leavitt was raised by a Catholic family and attended Catholic schools through college, graduating from St. Anselm College in 2019 with a bachelor's degree in communications and politics. She interned at Fox News and the White House Office of Presidential Correspondence as a college student. Following graduation, she served as an assistant press secretary under Kayleigh McEnany during Trump's first term. After the administration ended, she became the communications director for Congresswoman Elise Stefanik. In 2022, Leavitt ran for Congress in New Hampshire's 1st District. She won the Republican primary, but lost the general election to Democratic incumbent Chris Pappas. Subsequently, she worked as a national spokesperson for Trump's 2024 presidential campaign before being appointed as White House press secretary. Throughout her career, Leavitt has championed several conservative positions, including gun rights, advocating for Second Amendment protections, pro-life policies, opposing abortion, media transparency, often criticizing traditional news outlets, strict immigration policies, advocating for stronger border security and enforcement measures. On a personal note, Leavitt is married to Nicholas Riccio, a real estate developer 32 years her senior. The couple welcomed their first child, a son named Nicholas Robert, on July 10th, 2024. What do you think of Karoline Leavitt? Let us know in the comments.
I think I've made my point clear on how I think of her. I think she's incredible. I mean, she has no hesitation knocking down false claims. She is a stone wall. She is badass, and she's great at her job. I didn't know that she actually interned under Haley McEnany, the former White House press secretary, and I didn't know that she was a spokesperson for his campaign. So clearly, she has some experience here, and it shows every step of the way. I mean, Trump has always picked really good people to be his press secretary. He's been on top of it, and she does a great job advocating for his views. This is one of the things that pisses me off too. When I think it was on The View where Joey Behar says that he just doesn't surround himself with intelligent women. Trump has a long history of surrounding himself with intelligent women. Caroline Levitt, for example, Haley McEnany. We have Tulsi Gabbard, who's on her way to being confirmed as DNI. Trump has no problem putting women in position of power when they are intelligent, when they do their job, and when they're badass. And clearly, that's the case. What is this? Scott Jennings spends all day passing out red pills to CNN viewers. Oh, God, this is going to be gold.
What is currently the dumbest strategy in politics, which is Democrats taking the 20% side of every 80-20 issue in America.
It's true.
USAID, people want this pared down. They want it streamlined. They want to know where the money is going. Democrats have a meltdown. Today, Donald Trump signs executive order on keeping boys out of girls' sports. Democrats take the 20 side of that issue as well. All these issues, this is like Trump's superpower, finding a bunch of 80-20 issues, getting on the 80, and everybody who's sort of reflexively against him gets on the 20. And now the Democratic Party has like a 31% approval rating. This is why.
He is 1,000% right. And the thing is, for all of you guys who didn't know this, I actually used to be a Democrat. Now, not at all. I'm about as conservative as you can get. Granted, I'm not a spokesperson for the right, and I'm not a spokesperson for the left. I just say that I'm a conservative as far as you can get because I am so detached from the new Democratic Party right now that it's not even funny. Realistically, I look at every single issue. I ask questions about it. If somebody on the left poses a debate topic or an issue that I think has merit, then I will gladly talk with them about it, and I'll even be willing to sway their way if they're able to convince me. I'm never trying to convince anybody to come over to my side. I just want to talk about the issues at their core and see what side makes more sense. Now, what he's talking about here, I think is entirely true. Because the problem is the majority of Democratic Americans today are not on board with this radical left stuff that the Democratic Party has become. Effectively, the whole Democratic platform right now is written essentially by the farthest left people that you can get, and the majority of Americans don't agree with it. For example, the other day when Trump signed the executive order banning men from competing in women's sports, 3 years ago, if you were to say that out in the open, it's like you would be outcast from society. You would be like public enemy number one. The thing is, the majority of Americans believe in this. Like, this is a wildly popular issue. They don't want this, but the party that they subscribe to says that they do want it. And so it's this disconnect between the people and what their party says. And they don't want to turn to the right because, no, there's a lot of stuff that they don't agree with, but they can't fully agree with the left because the platform that they're saying is so radical. And for me, the thing that was attractive to me about the conservative platform is it hasn't changed. I mean, the name conservative means to conserve the culture, right? And I think that we have just drifted so far in the opposite direction that we need some kind of swing back to something resembling the center. I mean, we look at the Obama-Romney debates and we look at politics back then, even like before 2012, and like politics weren't nearly as explosive as they are today. Maybe explosive isn't the best word considering all the wars we got ourselves into, but you get what I'm trying to say. My point is, when we've spent the last 10 years swinging to the left, we need to spend at least 3 swinging back to the right to get some kind of common sense and normalcy in the world. You know what I'm saying? And for any of my viewers who are on the left, please don't think that I'm trying to like outcast you or that I just don't agree with you 100% of the time, because there are some stuff on the left that I do agree with. There's a lot of stuff on the right I agree with, but my point is exactly what this guy is saying. The left has really just spent a lot of time taking these 80-20 issues and siding with the 20. And where conservatives really are standing out and where they're winning is by taking that 80% and saying, hey, you guys think this is bogus. We think this is bogus. We're going to enact the policies against what we all think is bogus. So that's about it. I mean, I'm scrolling through X. There's not all that much new in the news recently. That's why I haven't done a live stream on this. But since this channel started with Reacts, I wanted to be sure to get a React video out there. A little bit of the first, what did I call it? An off-the-clock video? I haven't done any just primary YouTube videos. It's mostly stream highlights, and I'm having a lot of fun with the gaming. And so if you're interested in that, follow me over on Twitch. If you're interested in live reactions, follow me there as well. But if we go through some stints without the live reactions, I'll be sure to throw up some reaction videos on YouTube like this one. And if you like the video, please make sure to give it a like, drop a comment down below. I'm always interested to hear another perspective. If you disagreed with something I said here, drop a comment. We'll talk about it. You know, I like to keep things civil. I'm pretty open-minded, so let's get it done. All that being said, guys, that's about all I have for you today. We'll get some more content out throughout the week, and yeah, we got a lot to look forward to. I'm really enjoying making these videos and getting to chat with you on chat. Also, huge thank you for 100 subscribers, guys. This is incredible. I've been doing this for about a week and a half, and I couldn't have done it without all you guys liking the videos and dropping a sub, so thank you so much. The last little thing I'll say here is a lot of you guys have asked on the YouTube live streams, how do you donate? Donations are awesome. They are never expected, but always welcomed, and I super appreciate you guys that love the content, that want to support it. On YouTube, I can't enable super chats or any kind of donations until I think I get like 1,000 subscribers, so we're on our way there, and that would be great. But if you do feel like you want to donate, currently the only way I can do that is through Twitch. I'm not affiliate over there yet. I've got about 11 followers to go before I hit that, but I do have a donation link on my Twitch About page if you feel the need to donate. Again, never expected, always welcomed. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks so much. Peace.